Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're listening to Batman on Film.
I'm vengeance.
I have given a name to my pain.
The Batman.
Always waiting for some Batman to save you.
It's simple. We kill the Bat of Gotham. I'm Batman.
Hey now, welcome to episode number 45 of the Batman on Film Social Hour. I got nobody. I can't dedicate this show to number 45 Cowboy. I got nobody who was not a great cowboy ever.
I got it.
You got a 45? Go ahead.
Yeah, the great Carl Pavano, the starting pitcher who never pitched for the Yankees, stole like $40 million, constantly on the injured list.
Okay.
One of the all-time greats, won the 2003 World Series with the Marlins, so he'd like to beat the Yankees more ways than one.
Okay, good. There you go. We'll go with that. I am the founder of Batman on Film. I am Bill Jett Ramey, and with me today I have two senior BOF contributors. You already heard from Pete Verra, and also have Ryan Lauer, spelled like lower. All right, boys, how are y'all doing?
Hey now.
This morning.
You know, post Peacemaker, the world just seems a little bit funnier.
Okay,
I'll just say that.
Very quick take on Peacemaker. Go.
Ultra violent, ultra funny, ultra insane. It's completely James Gunn, and I think it's got to watch.
Okay, so if you loved or enjoyed the Suicide Squad, you're gonna dig this, right?
100%. It's totally. It comes right from James Gunn. It's totally in tone with everything he's done throughout his entire career, and you know what you're getting.
I knew it was dropping. I'm going to watch it. How many episodes? Did they release the whole series? The whole
first
three
Netflix? Episodes.
Okay.
First three on HBO Max dropped last night.
Okay. Because I'm finishing up this last season of Narcos Mexico, and then I'm going to get on Peacemaker.
And then Batwoman season 3, right?
Sure, Jan. And then I want to get into this freaking.
I've got that related viewing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I finally watched the documentary on Val Kilmer on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad, but it's really good. And then there's just like a little bit of Batman Forever in there. But I mean, that was a good watch. I'm interested in reading the book to see if there's much more on that period or not. But there you go.
I watched it.
1995's Bruce Wayne.
Very good. It's very good. Let's say Keaton. I don't want to say he crapped on Forever. He kind of did.
Yeah.
But I'll cut him some slack. But I also got to call him out a little bit to say, it's all about Bruce Wayne. I'm like, dude, if you watch Batman Forever, it's probably the most Bruce Wayne centric of those four movies, the Burton Schumacher films.
It makes me wonder, were Keaton and Carey in the same meetings?
But Michael Keaton, he is notorious for not watching any of them, including his.
Yeah.
So he's probably I'm sure he hasn't seen Batman Forever.
I think around the time BVS came out, someone asked him about BVS, and he's like, I've never even watched my own. So
yeah, that is true. So we are going to talk some Batman and Batgirl today. So let's just get right into it. So the Batman, is this a surprise to anybody? It's going to be PG-13?
No.
Okay.
This is similar to like when I was on before, Bill, and Keaton was confirmed in Batgirl, where I said, I feel like it's something we felt was coming, but it's good to just kind of have that finalized. So now we can move on to the next step. And I feel that same way with the Batman. We were just kind of waiting, I think, for it to be confirmed. It was PG-13 and like, okay, check that mark, boop, boop, check.
Look, I mean, you can really, obviously it's going to push the envelope of PG-13, and The Dark Knight did a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be a little bit more of a push toward that barrier. But I mean, it's Batman. it's going to be PG-13. You know, you're not going to
I
have.
expect
Yeah,
these to be PG-13.
Yeah.
When they're rated R,
Yeah.
that's what shocks me.
I mean, what are you going to get from an R rating in a Batman movie that you can't really do in PG-13? I mean,
I feel like it was just a bunch of slow news days,
some
and they were
torture.
like, we need some traffic. So
Yeah.
let's talk about what if the next Batman movie's rated R? If the next Batman movie's rated R, they're gonna lose a huge audience. If the next Batman movie's rated R, then the Batman's darkest he's ever, like all that stuff. And then look at in the end, it was like, yeah, it was just a big dance for nothing,
Okay, let me ask y'all this, because I know, especially Pete. Pete's more in tune with the social media stuff. If there was some outrage that it was R, or it wasn't R. I saw.
It seemed like people were kind of not outraged, but I think people were expecting this to be an R movie for some reason.
Why?
I have no idea. I just
Okay.
maybe with the current trend, the Deadpool movie, Suicide Squad, Joker, you know, they were kind of thinking maybe Warner Brothers was leaning more towards a more mature audience. Birds of Prey as well, that was rated R. So I don't know. Maybe they just thought it was a trend that would keep continuing. I never thought that. I mean, it's Batman. He's the crown jewel of Warner Brothers, so I think they want to get as many people in seats as possible, even if it's kids, even if this is a movie that isn't necessarily for kids. I think PG-13 lends itself.
You're not going to merchandise a film that's going to be R-rated. I mean, especially with toys. I just posted what's the name of that brand. I just posted. I got a press release for them this last
McFarlane,
week.
Spin Masters.
Yeah, and they're all that stuff's for kids.
And that kind of makes sense because for Birds of Prey, I know there was a whole switch between Mattel going from Mattel to McFarlane.
Yeah.
But we didn't get anything for Birds of Prey action figure wise or not. You know, Todd just released his first Harley Quinn action figure from Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
So, you know, now that you say that, it kind of makes sense. I was leaning more towards the shift in companies, but you know, the fact that it's rated R,
I can see like McFarlane with an R rated, but like you do the Spin Master, you're gonna have Oreos and frickin' T-shirts and all this stuff. I mean, you didn't see any merchandise coming around with Joker. You know what I mean? So
that's also another factor.
So.
And even Deadpool, did Marvel Legends release Deadpool? I don't remember. I don't really collect a whole lot of Marvel Legends. I mostly collect Spider-Man, like Fantastic Four, but I don't remember seeing like Deadpool action figures. If somebody's out there, please let me know. I'd love to know the answer to that.
How much the stuff that's available for pre-order for the Batman? How much have y'all got any? I know. Well, but we got the Lego stuff's already out. I know. Yeah. So if y'all bought anything else like McFarlane or anything that you can pre-order?
I pre-ordered the McFarlane action figures, the Joker, the Riddler, Catwoman, and Batman and the Batcycle. I probably will pre-order the Bruce Wayne Batcycle or motorcycle. It's not a Batcycle because it's just generic and I could use it with something else. But I really am trying to get my hands on the Catwoman pops and the Oswald pops. Those are really what I want at the moment.
Are they okay? Can you know what? I did pre-order those. I did. Yeah. I sure did. Okay, so I pre-ordered all that McFarlane stuff that you mentioned and the Funko Pops.
Mm-hmm. So, and we also there's a Penguin figure on the way. We already know what Wave 2 is. Yeah. I believe it's Oswald. It's Grifter Bruce Wayne with that you see on the motorcycle with the dirty face and looks like the mask. And I believe there's a masked version, an unmasked version, and there's a generic motorcycle. So I believe
saw those as well. Ryan, what you stocking up on? Anything yet? Or are you waiting for the movie?
I don't like to pre-order. I like to hunt. I like to hunt. It makes it exciting, but
it's different for you. You live in like Toy Central. Like it's crazy how like Lauer gets everything shipped to Indiana, and like it's just funny to me because he's always like, "Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this," and my Target
Indiana's a good place to live.
Okay. Okay. All right.
But I want the McFarlane. I want the McFarlane Batman, and I want Funko. Yeah. And I think I want the Batman Funko keychain. And I think I'm just going to limit it to Batman only right now. I got to keep some things in check.
Okay.
We're going to go broke.
I said this as a joke at one time, but I wasn't really joking. Now I'm serious because I'm ordering a new bookshelf, like the ones, y'all can see them because we're on camera, but if you're listening, you can't. But I'm going to put because I don't have another shelf space. So
do you have a basement in the house?
No. There ain't no basements in Texas, brother.
What is wrong with you guys? You guys don't have basements?
Mm-mm.
Man, we grew up in basements in Jersey.
Where I lived, where I grew up near the Gulf Coast, Southeast Texas, it's too close to the frickin' ocean or the Gulf of Mexico to dig basements. So
interesting.
Not toy based, but maybe what I'm more excited about than the toys is the Amazon's already got it up for pre-order. Is the art of
I ordered that. Okay, I was going to ask about that.
I think March 15th because I'm a big fan of the art and making of books and stuff too. That one I'm excited for.
I've been checking on Amazon like the Batman movie books, and I had pre-ordered that before because it's been out a while for pre-order, but they just had dropped one before the Batman. Did you see that?
The novelization.
Yeah. Is that a kid? Preteen?
It's interesting because the description says with the author and something says young, like he's a young adult author or something. And it's only 144 pages, and I'm like, I don't care, I'll read it. And it's fine.
Cool. Okay, so the Batman is PG-13, and there is, we're getting closer, so there's a lot of stuff available for pre-order. There's stuff out there you can buy now, like the Lego stuff. So
my McFarlane toys will be here next week on the 19th.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so I got some quotes from Robert Pattinson that are new. I'll get y'all's take on that.
All right.
About the Batman. Here's my take overall on him is that this dude really gets it, and we know that he wanted the role badly. We know that he is a somewhat of a Batman fan. He's maybe more of a Batman fan than any of the actors who have played him in live action before. I know Affleck was a Batman fan as well. But he says, and I like this, he said, there are times in filming that I caught glimpses of myself in the reflection of something. And it was a reminder that, wow, this is crazy. I'm actually Batman. So it must be kind of surreal. You're on set, you're doing your job, and you just kind of see reflection. You go, holy shit, it's freaking Batman right there, and it's me, So
yeah,
what y'all think?
I think it's great. Just kind of it kind of shows you that Pattinson's kind of just a regular guy, anyone who's
just like us.
Well, in a way, anyone who has these high profile jobs, whether they're pro athletes, whether they're big name politicians or something like that, who's always in the news and stuff. It's cool to kind of take back and just step back and reflect and like, wow, okay, this is me doing this. I can only imagine what LeBron felt the first time he stepped on the court as a Cavalier.
You're making me think of the Dark Knight Rises like extras where Tom Hardy even says the big fight against Batman as Bane. He's like, and Christian just comes walking out, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Batman. Like he even had a little like, oh shit moment. And so I don't know. I'm a nerd. I love the happy feels sometimes, and hearing that stuff is just kind of like, yep, that's awesome.
I just imagine you're doing this intense scene. Think of some of the stuff we've seen, like, what have you done? And he's sitting in the glass, and and he's like, it's freaking Batman.
Yeah.
In my reflection, and I'm goddamn Batman, So
I'm the goddamn Batman.
Yeah. So I think it was awesome.
I think it's funnier when you see stuff like of them behind the scenes. Like I remember at Comic-Con before everything shut down, I bought my mother a poster of Boris Karloff in makeup, sipping tea and smoking a cigarette. Because and you're just like, can you imagine just being off set and doing normal things that you would do, but in this insane costume?
Yeah.
And you just kind of reflect, and you're like, wow, this is a surreal experience. And it also reminds me like of when Jack was in the DVDs of Batman '89. He said a story. He looks at Michael and goes, if we go down, we're going down together looking ridiculous. Stuff like that's great to me.
I mean, you looking at each other, think about you're in full Joker get up, Jack Nicholson, and then Keaton's in the bat suit. There's got to be some kind of absurd, at some point you go, this is kind of absurd. It's on some level as well.
He's sitting there eating a bowl of Fruity Pebbles and drinking a Mountain Dew, dressed up in a bat suit. I mean, right there, there's the image.
All right. He also says, Robert Pattinson, and this is from, all of this came from, to make sure, the Daily Record, okay, a UK paper. He says, I needed to know about as much of the history of the character as possible to see what hadn't really been done before. So it kind of speaks to like another Batman movie, and then the ones who say, when people say that, I always go, they've been making James Bond movies since the early 60s. I mean, and they're going to keep making them. I mean, what's this another Batman movie? It's almost the same damn thing. But Yes, I see the point of wanting to do something as a film we haven't seen yet. Want to do something with the character we haven't seen yet. So he did a lot of research. He probably looked at, I mean, I'm sure he's seen the movies, and you look and say, what haven't we covered? Maybe from the comic books, what haven't we done? What hasn't been done on film that we can touch on here? So the guy did his homework, obviously, right?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan knows this. I only appreciate people who put in the work. You know,
Do
like
the work.
if you're not reading books, if you're not checking out the history of the character, you know, I almost kind of feel like, you know, you got no room to speak. You know, I don't talk about things necessarily I don't know about. So I appreciate the fact that he dove into this and the fact that he's really put in the time. I really do appreciate that. You know, that means he's, you know, he's trying to understand the character. He's trying to get into the character's head. And, you know, I hope it pays off. I hope he read the right stuff. I hope he didn't read like Batman Confidential.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all shown that he's in that the character's in the right hands. I think as time goes on, and then like we'll see come March 4th, that payoff, like the definitive proof. But I mean, it goes way back to his casting in the sense of he didn't need this. This was kind of his choice. And yes, every role is an actor's choice if they want to try it. But I mean, as far as the role, a coveted role of Bruce Wayne / Batman, Robert Pattinson did not need that. And he was down for it. And then every action since and things that he said is kind of just backing that up of, this is an actor, this is an artist, and he really wants this role and he's passionate about this project. So that's great for us.
And he mentioned before, not in this particular set of comments, but that he when he did his screen test, he did it in the Kilmer suit, and he took a picture of himself, took a selfie in the suit just in case. So he would always have a picture of him in the bat suit in case he didn't get the part. So
Does everyone audition in Val's suit?
That's what I was going to ask. Why the Kilmer suit?
Well, I think it was fit him. It was closest to his size and dimensions at that.
Did Affleck not do one in the Kilmer suit?
I think he's taller than
Kilmer cow.
I think Affleck they just offered him the role.
Offered it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, because obviously we know that Bale
did.
Batman Begins auditions.
And Murphy, right?
Kilmer cow.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, and Cillian Murphy.
They tested several people for that, but I think Bale was the favorite from the beginning. It's just
mostly like a size thing. It's roughly like you're roughly the same size. So
yeah,
I think Bale's like what, 5'10". He's not necessarily like tall.
Bale's 6 foot.
I think he's like 6.
He's 6 foot.
I stood next to him. He's same height as me. Yeah, he's So yeah, he had. Go ahead.
Did you flex in front of him, Bill?
No, I did. I never told y'all.
You
that
maybe
story.
Bill.
I've been around him a few times, obviously, but I never told you the elevator story. I told y'all that before, right?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard the elevator story.
Well, Pete hasn't been listening to the BOF Chronicles, apparently.
Yes. Okay.
Come on, Pete.
What's the deal, dude?
I'm so backlogged in podcasts. I don't even listen to my own shit.
Tell it again, though, Bill. Tell it again.
It's at the Dark Knight press junket, and I took my wife with me. And so it's the day, I've got interviews set up, and it's at the Beverly Wilshire, and we're staying there. So we leave, we're going to get on the elevator, and I'm like talking big, I'm big shot guy, right? I'm going, okay, look here, announcer Rachel. Look here. Look at here. I said, you're going to see people that are famous that are in this movie. I said, make sure you act like, you've been here before, even though you haven't. I'm the big shot because I'd done Batman Begins, 3 years.
Yeah.
And so elevator door opens and it's it's semi-packed, but you can still get 2 people in. And we look and it's like, no, just come on in. And so she walks in and she's facing the door. I walk in after her. My back's to almost everybody in there. And I saw her eyes get like big as brick and quarters or silver dollars. And I kind of turn, and it's Christian Bale's the one who said, come on in. And he was in the elevator where the buttons are.
Did he do it in his American voice or
in his American voice?
That's funny. Yeah, he did all the.
he was
His
a
Batman voice. Get in here.
I think he was in. No, he was in John Connor voice then, actually, because he
Okay.
was
All right.
he was filming
Yeah.
that one Terminator movie he did.
Salvation, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Which
wasn't horrible.
Rachel got
Yeah.
really excited for Kevin. What's his name? Costner. She's-
You got a picture with Kevin Costner
Yeah.
that was at Man of Steel
Mhm.
after party.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Kevin Costner, what's that show that everybody's raving
Yellowstone.
about?
Is it
Okay,
Yellowstone?
that's another one I'm gonna get into. Y'all
Yeah.
watch
I haven't
that?
started it yet, but I want to.
No, it's on my queue.
Okay.
The guy who created it is damn good. He's written some really good stuff. So
Nice.
I think
I
Kevin
want
Costner at that after party had him a few cocktails and
a few Miller Lights.
He was yes sir having a good time. He was very nice. I will say that.
Good for him.
Okay, so also Robert Pattinson says, and this was one I think it will get the rage group, the online ragers, all
boy.
fired up. You know, the hashtag contingent, the ragers, whatever. People see Batman as his straight up heroic character, but in our story, it really questions what the nature of a hero is, and it gives a lot of different angles to it. So I can just see it now. Batman's not a hero. Batman's a hero, damn it. What are they talking about? So what do you think? I mean, I really like the quote. I like the take. I like what they're going for here. He's not sure about anything, you know, about
me, it seems
Batman
like-
for sure.
This character is going to grow. We're going to see him grow. We're going to
Yeah.
see it happen in front of us. It's a little concerning because I'm like, it's traditional Batman fan. I'm like, oh, Batman's not a hero. What does that mean? But he's not. I still have to remember he's not fully formed Batman. This is year 2, so he's only been on the job for 12 months, and we'll see what happens. And he's trying to figure it out himself. And I want to see the direction. And I believe the cool kids call this. I want to see this arc that this character has. So we'll see. What
I was
happens
just
on
in my
screen.
mind. I'm thinking like, okay, Ryan, tell me. The live action Batman films, the only time we've seen Batman or Bruce Wayne have an arc is what, Forever? And then the Dark Knight trilogy, all three combined?
Probably.
Yeah. But how much
Yeah.
of an arc? I mean, y'all enjoy those two films more than me, BVS and Justice League. Did he have a full arc?
I'd say from BVS to either version of Justice League, kind of. Yeah, he does kind of grow. He realizes the errors of his ways. It could have probably been portrayed a little bit more clearly for some people. But I understood.
There you
what was
go.
going on.
Yeah, I think that's well put. Is like I think yes, but I feel like there's maybe some chunks missing. So Pete says like it could be, I don't know, could have been done a little bit more clear. I think is probably the best way. And I guess a disclaimer that I really like Batman vs Superman. So there we
let's
go.
make sure. Yes, we are the
Better
two people on the
disclaimer that
website
you're
that
gonna
like
get-
BVS.
yeah.
Make sure I put that out there.
You can get raged against, raged on, rage against, whatever.
Pete,
You know what I'm
Pete
saying.
found himself from his first comments after seeing that movie in 2016. You should send those to Bill, Pete. That was some gold to find.
I enjoyed the movie. Little did I know the rest of the world hated it, but what can I do?
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we talked about that in the last Batman on Film Chronicles, the BOF Chronicles.
Yes, it was.
with BBS.
Hey, the people have listened. The people have really enjoyed the discussion.
I have
so
gotten more feedback on that show than any of the other Chronicle episodes, and it's
There you
I have
go.
to give it a listen.
positive.
It's like-
positive.
Yes,
There
Yeah.
you go. Well,
I hear
that's
the
gonna
host
flip
is
on the next one.
tremendous.
yeah, that one's. I can't wait for that one, to be honest. All right, so anyway, the Batman is coming. We're down to 40 some odd days, boys. Well, yeah,
Something like
about
that.
48, 47 now. It was
Yeah.
50 a couple days ago, so it's gonna be here before you know it.
You have more social hours than days until the Batman. Wait, no, what was this? What
Yeah.
episode did you say this was?
46.
49?
This is 45
45. Oh, damn. Almost.
of the social hour.
Next
Next
week.
social hour then.
Well, we're
Next
close.
social hour.
Okay. Well, okay. We're getting there. Y'all ready to? Are you ready to? We're gonna have that big watch party. It's gonna be fun. All right.
I'll tell you what, if those mashed potatoes are not good, Ricky's got hell.
I wouldn't hold my breath on that, my friend. I wouldn't hold my breath on a lot of shit. Comes out of that guy's mouth. Okay. I'm not going to get on that. I'm not going to get on tangent. I am not.
Dick shoes.
No, I am not going to get on a tangent. Okay. So, Batgirl. I will say that Batgirl, my interest level increased dramatically once it was confirmed, which I already kind of knew, kind of, sort of, but I didn't know if they would full go with Keaton, but Keaton is in it playing a major role. So I am excited about that. And it's filming over in Glasgow, Scotland. There's been spy pics, not on Batman.
It's been
on
tough to
film.
avoid that, man.
Yeah.
The
Nothing.
Batgirl spy pics are everywhere. I've been muting
That's why
people
that's why
left and
Pete's
right.
hair's standing up.
I've been pulling it out. Everyone's
Yeah.
posting spy pics.
Yeah,
It's-
nothing spoilerish. I did, I tweeted out, Warner Brothers, probably a good time to get a couple of publicity stills out there of her in the bat suit. I think she's been in it because I have seen a couple, and they've got her. She's like in a freaking big long hoodie coat. They've got her
She's wearing that
covered up.
Jedi cloak. Yeah.
So it's something they don't want people to see. So I'd get something out there. But the main thing I want to talk about with it is there's no set release date. You think this thing, I don't think it's going to be a 2022 deal myself.
If they do it in smaller scope and they get to moving on it, like I don't know.
Here's my thinking, because it's got to come after The Flash.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. That's November.
Yeah.
December's Aquaman.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was just gonna say to you too. Was the whole if Aquaman? I mean, we just saw something that James Wan had said that they just finished Aquaman 2.
Yeah.
The first one they had like almost a year and a half of post production time,
Yeah.
and here Aquaman 2. I mean, to meet that date, they've got 9 months,
Mm-hmm.
10 months, and then you throw Batgirl on. Granted, it'd be HBO Max at this point. I feel like they could do it. I just don't know.
I don't
would
know.
they? Just
Would-
because
I-
it's set at Christmas
yeah.
does not.
I think
mean
it's
it has to come
2023.
out at Christmas time
I
either.
just don't think that they're going to put out that DC. They're not going to, even though it's HBO Max, I don't think they're going to have Aquaman in theaters and Batgirl on HBO Max at the same time. I just don't think it makes any sense.
I think it's going to
Yeah.
theaters. So I think it'll eventually go to theaters at some point.
I'm hearing it's not,
You're okay. All right. Then I'm going to back off.
because I would like.
Then I don't know what's going to do. Then I don't know. I don't have any insiders.
Hair even started standing up more.
not
Like,
set, not set in stone, but I just heard they're
The
pretty
Blue
adamant.
Beetle announcement got me excited. That's what
Yeah.
kind of got me thinking that. But all right. We'll see
but
what happens. I have no idea.
I think it's
I don't know
2023
when they plan to
regardless.
release it.
I
Hope
personally
they take their time.
I hope it goes to the big screen, but I think we would know that by now. So we'll see what ends up happening. What comes right off the bat in 2023, DC wise? What's the first Shazam 2?
I don't
I don't-
remember the date for
Forget about that
Shazam
movie.
2, but that's 2023, and I can't think of other movies.
Is that like a
for
I'm just
2023.
trying to think where you're going to get this in on the big screen if you go to 2023 and not interfere with anything DC that's already
Shazam right now is June 2nd, 2023.
June 2nd. Okay. And Black Adam is later, right?
Black Adam is summer 2022.
Okay.
2022. So
Okay.
that's after the Batman.
Yeah.
That's
Black
after
Adam
the
goes out
okay.
July 29th.
Okay.
July 29th.
Okay.
for
Cool.
Black Adam.
Cool. Okay. Then you got time. You could maybe do a March. 2023 big screen for Batgirl.
Ah, man. Yeah.
A year
in
after
2023, you got Shazam, you got Blue Beetle. Those are the two movies that are coming out. So,
Blue Beetle's after Shazam, right?
yes, August 18th.
Okay. Well, then you can, I can do a March. I don't know what else. I don't know what movies have claimed March dates yet, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay. And before we move on to the last topic, what's y'all's scale of 1 to 5? What's your anticipation level or excitement level for Batgirl?
5. Yeah. For me.
I'd be about a 4.
Okay.
I mean, just that the idea of it doesn't, just because the idea of it should not make me hyperbolic and like, oh my God, I cannot wait. Let me see some stuff. Let me see a trailer for a movie. Let me see some pictures, some WB released pictures.
Mhm.
And then that'll raise the hype level. But the fact of the Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, and then some of the other things that have been announced for it. I mean, that alone right there gets me looking forward to it and interested.
Did Keaton's confirmation of being in it for sure? Did it move the needle up for y'all from where, or were you
For
already?
me, it did definitely. Like
Yeah.
the actual confirmation, it went from like a 4 to a 5. But like, as someone who loves The Killing Joke and is a big fan of Barbara Gordon, I'm looking forward to this. Coming post Flash, like what does this universe look like coming out of it? Like,
Well, that's the next
it's like-
topic.
yeah. So
Thank you for that
everything
segue.
involved in that, and just
and it's another.
what they can do with the return stuff, the 89 and return stuff, and then you got J.K. Simmons. Like, there's just like I love speculation and I love kind of like fan theories before the movie comes out. So like that stuff really gets me going, and this movie is just filled with that, and I'm very excited.
I
for it.
went from probably a 2 to a 4 with
Cool.
Keaton being confirmed. I thought
I'll
there,
take that for a guy who doesn't like sidekicks. I'll take that.
yeah, and that's a lot of Keaton. And I do like the, to be honest, I like if they go for a kind of Dark Knight Returns thing, and she's kind of the Carrie Kelly role, but in Batgirl Barbara, you're going to have the
Yeah.
mentor protege
So we're looking
thing
more
for
at like
sure.
we're looking more of a Dark Knight Returns than we are a Batman Beyond.
I think they're riffing off of both. I think it's the
so.
whole,
There's like a happy medium.
I mean, when I say that they're riffing off of both, I think there's the older Bruce Wayne looking for a successor,
Mhm.
a protege is what we're going for. I'm not talking specifically about aesthetics or story beats
Yeah.
from either one,
Right.
But
So
it's
there's
clear-
a good
yeah.
chance we might see Keaton in a suit in this movie.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still hoping
That's
that with
exciting.
we get him in that Kingdom Come type inspired looking
Yeah.
thing, because
I don't like that suit. It's one
I
of the
love that suit.
It's one of the few Alex Ross things I don't
Yeah.
enjoy is that Batman mech suit.
And Bill, on your checklist now, you still gotta read that Batgirl Year One.
Yes, I did write that down on my list.
All right,
I
there you
swear
go.
I did. Okay. All right. So Pete kind of mentioned it. I was thinking about this. Okay. So we got the Flash, and then the Flash is going to change continuity. It's going to set a new continuity, basically, just the easiest way to put it. And so, and Keaton's Batman, Keaton's Bruce Wayne will now have been the Bruce Wayne. You know how that when that stuff changes, then there is also a history to the new universe.
Mhm,
With me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You're not coming with, it's not like, oh, I was in this universe and now I'm here. I mean, that Keaton's being Batman is going to be the way it has always been from that point forward.
Mhm.
So how much does that affect Batman 89? Does it affect the Returns continuity? I think it frees up. I think it will to a certain degree. Well, I mean it this way. You're always going to have Batman 89. You're always going to have Batman Returns. Nothing's going to change from that.
It affects it if you want it to affect it, in my opinion.
Yes. But there are going to be some changes. Like, I'll give you the example, and we can go from here. Keaton, this new Keaton Batman, who's kind of still the Batman 89 Batman, his Gordon wasn't the Gordon from 89. Yes. And I'm not meaning just because the actor. I mean, it's going to completely different dynamic. I mean, they're more contemporaries. Gordon's not 15, 20 years older than Bruce Wayne, or however old Pat Hingle was in 88 when he filmed that movie. So what other things do you think could be different? I mean, there's a new history. So what do you think? What's the new history for this Batman?
Rumors are there could possibly be a new Robin, a Robin. Like we know Keaton's Batman didn't have a Robin. That didn't happen until Kilmer's Batman, and it's according to trade reports, Batman and Forever and Batman and Robin are not part of the continuity now, which is interesting. Maybe. I mean, I'm sure we're going to find out what happened to Alfred and all that stuff. That's obviously, or maybe he still has an Alfred. We know Michael Goff has passed, so if the continuity has changed, maybe there is a different Alfred. I don't know. But something will change. But for me, it's not gonna. It doesn't ruin 89. It doesn't ruin BVS. I said this in the Facebook group. It finally seems that Warner Brothers has adapted DC Comics policies and strategies when it comes to reboots and multiverses and stuff, and they've fully embraced it. I think for the first time ever, really. And this is kind of what that is. We'll get a new timeline. Maybe some characters remember some things. I'm sure the Flash will remember everything. Keaton probably will remember something that Affleck did, and vice versa. But to me, it's just. I'm just going to go in there. I'm just going to watch the movie. It doesn't matter what it affects or whatnot. I'm just make it good, make it entertaining.
Ryan, I think it allows going forward, whatever filmmaker, to not be beholden to 89 and Returns as much, and can do some things that are different because it's not set in stone history and canon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it allows that opportunity of. I think Batgirl will be a little bit more clearer once we see the Flash, if it's including Michael Keaton, and that can't happen without this multiverse morphing from the Flash.
I have heard that there will be more Keaton Bruce Wayne things
coming
after Batgirl.
Well, that was reported in the trades as well.
Yeah,
they use
exactly.
the term he's going to be the new Nick Fury, whatever that means. I will say though, it did kind of feel like Affleck was the Fury of that universe, right? Like he gathered the team together for the invasion. We'll see whatever other people, the characters that this universe brings in after the Flash, and whatever I guess team Keaton assembles, or maybe it's just a Bat team. I don't know, but
I don't know. I don't think we're heading. I know people there's so much that's still having this MCU mentality when it comes to this. Y'all with me on that?
The building to a Justice League.
But it doesn't help when they reference the MCU in their trade. It's like, it does create a little confusion.
It's people going, I'm trying to figure out this, who's going to be the Justice League? Well, I don't think that's a priority. I think these characters exist. They'll technically exist in the same universe, but you're not doing MCU type story building with cross-pollination story threads and plots and building up to this big.
I guess that's there. That doesn't I don't see it as much as probably you guys do like online. I guess that probably doesn't bother me as much, because whereas my speculation is strictly to Batman, there are a lot of people that do love the DC universe together, so they take the route of speculating in a grander scale. You know what I mean? Whereas I just strictly focus Batman because he is far and away above everybody else. So I just think strictly him. And so maybe this is just other people's way of speculating. If he's going to gather people again, then what's the Superman or Wonder Woman or other characters we've heard that are going to be.
The trade's a little confusing when they determine he's the Fury, because like, what did Fury do? He assembled the Avengers. So when you say something like that, I'm instantly thinking, okay, it sounds like you're doing something that you said you're not going to do.
It's this is when I want another example of recon history and a new history with Batman 89 and Returns. I think Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is going to continue to exist, because the Birds of Prey universe is going to be in the Batgirl universe. You with me? Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, and they're, Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie, they still want to do that. This is kind of, I think this was discussed in the BOF Facebook group. Was that kind of confirmed that they're going to be in the same universe, or I haven't heard that, I guess.
I don't know if it's confirmed. I just feel like it's like what you said earlier. People are speculating what the new universe is going to be going forward. I don't think you can judge it until we can see movies on screen. Until then, you can have fun guessing. But
the films that will quote unquote connect, right?
Okay.
The characters that exist in the quote unquote shared universe will include the Birds of Prey characters.
Got it. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Which wasn't connecting the dots.
Okay. Now it includes.
Sometimes I need help.
So what's the Joker of this new world? If Keaton is 70-year-old Bruce Wayne Batman, is his new history? Did he Did he take on the Joker?
Michael Keaton's not getting reach arounds from Jared Leto.
No. Hell no. He
That's
kicked.
probably not happening.
I mean, I'm sure he's out there. I know he exists. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know if he has tattoos. I don't know if he has a scar grin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what this Joker looks like, but I just assume the Joker's out there. You know, and until they show me a Joker, I'll just make up a Joker.
Because that's you know, especially then you're going to have to, you know, are you going to change the Harley dynamic? Did he not take on the Joker until much later in his career and then he really did, you know, he did in 89, the 89 movie?
Or maybe it's, remember, what was that movie? Oh man, I think it was the Batman 5 that never got made, where Harley was the daughter of the Joker.
Yeah,
Maybe they adapt that. I don't know. Maybe they dig deep into Batman films that were never made.
What if there is no Harley connection with Joker?
Yeah, that's a possibility, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
I'm sure
it's
that'll
Jack
drive people
Nicholson's
crazy.
Joker. That's the
You can't have Harley Quinn without the Joker.
I know, but hey,
Come on, man.
I don't know.
Rick Shue tells me you can have Spider-Man
Take
without
your
the Green
Batman
Goblin,
card
so-
away from me.
Don't you dare take my fan card. I've invested too much.
I bring it up because it's just fun to speculate and kind of brainstorm and think, okay, how do you do that? I mean, you got Harley and Batman is this Batman? How is Harley? I mean, it's you know what I'm getting around to here.
Did
so.
Kathy Yan write Batgirl?
Yes.
Okay.
No, Hodgson.
Christina Hodgson.
Christina Hodson. Yeah. Kathy Yan
Yan
directed Birds of Prey,
directed,
but
directed,
Hodson
yeah.
wrote Birds of Prey.
And
also.
Batgirl.
Okay,
Yes.
there we go.
Yeah.
Not saying that definitely means.
Well, if anyone would know, it would be her.
It's all connected.
It has to be.
I just,
Must.
I don't know, just make something that I find entertaining, and you know, I'm sure as a member of the continuity police, I'll have an issue with something, but as long as it's good overall, you know,
I've said it a million times and we'll say it again. It's Warner Brothers is just all they're worried about is just making good DC movies.
Yeah.
and that's all that matters.
Some are going to
Fun
connect, some won't.
Fun speculation for you, Bill.
You know,
Do you think that we get, and not just a picture, we get an actor through either the Flash? It'd have to be through the Flash. We get an actor portraying Thomas Wayne. Not saying Thomas Wayne Batman or anything. Just do we get an actor playing Thomas Wayne in some regard?
in the Flash.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be careful.
Okay.
I'm gonna
That's
answer
all I needed
this.
to hear.
Yeah, all right. There we go. Yep. That's it.
That's all I needed
Never
to
mind.
hear.
I don't think we see Flashpoint Thomas Wayne Batman in the Flash.
Thank God.
And that was completely. I know Jack squat. I was just asking because I mean, Flash. We're all linking Flashpoint and stuff, and obviously, what was the biggest takeaway of Flashpoint? I would argue it was that Thomas Wayne. We saw Thomas Wayne, so I was just curious on.
I
if
say
they
it this way, and
show
this
a
is-
Thomas Wayne.
I say it that way, not because I know anything, and it's just been speculation. Like maybe Affleck's Bruce Wayne, when things are all
Yeah.
flashed up, for lack of a better term,
Mhm.
maybe his parents never died and Bruce Wayne had a happy life, and that's
See,
how.
I kind of envisioned that something similar. Maybe Bruce and his father are surgeons together at Gotham University Hospital, and the movie kind of ends with them going into saving someone's life, open heart surgery, and that's the happy ending that Affleck got.
Yeah, I say that.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is he's still young enough. He
Yeah.
could still whatever. And if for some reason, again, I know Jack squat. I hope that would, if something with Thomas Wayne happens, it doesn't we don't know about it until we see the movie. I don't want to know.
good
I don't want to
luck.
know until I watch
Yeah.
the movie.
I hope. I don't want Ben Affleck's Batman to die, even if it's just some super heroic Batman.
No, we never want Batman to die.
Batman scene. It would be. I mean, it would be bold to do that, and it would be. I think it would be. And when you're playing with how you can change a reality, if the Waynes never died, and Bruce Wayne never became Batman, and he had a happy life,
Yeah.
or mega sanctioned.
That's it.
Man, Ooxus.
That's
Oopses,
it.
there you go.
There will be an Omega sanction in the Flash. You heard it.
That
here
one's
first.
from Micah. Micah's a big fan of the Ooxus.
You watch someone listen to this and go, Batman on Film said that they're going to have an Omega sanction in the Flash.
Yeah, new headline.
It's like that when I speculated. I just had another fan theory one time. You ever heard? You know that one about Wonder Woman?
The Kryptonian.
Yeah.
She was, that one,
Yeah.
that took on a life of its own.
Yes. That I was reporting it as fact, but I was just saying, I wonder this. I mean, if these Kryptonians came here thousands of years ago to Earth, they could have been gods to the primitive.
Sounds like a fan theory.
Kevin Smith liked my theory.
Woohoo!
There
you go.
He talked about it once. Didn't mention BOF for me, but he said
Ah,
he talked about the rumor. Said that's pretty cool rumor. Pretty cool.
Guy from Jersey. That's
Yeah.
kind of disrespectful. I have to talk to him.
So,
Just saying.
but last thing, we had a lot of damn Batman stuff coming up.
It's the year of the bat, as my friend Nick Caruso says.
It's like the Batman comes here month and a half basically, and we see it, and usually it's like, okay, we got a 3-year wait, maybe 4 for the next one. Well, hell, we can get the damn Flash with Keaton and Affleck in November, a few months later. So on Batman on Film, our Batman on Film people here will be go right from the Batman, and then the Batman on frickin' HBO Max, and then the Batman's home video release, and then we go to getting hyped up for the Flash with Keaton and Affleck. So, and then Batgirl is right on its heels. So
We're gonna be pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Batman, so that's good.
I can't wait for the day when I wake up, I watch the Batman on HBO Max, and then I go to the theater to watch it right after. Like after that 45-day window, that's like going to be my favorite time of the Batman run.
That will be, it will be lingering around still.
Yeah.
Yeah. During that time. I'll ask Ryan. Go ahead.
Sure.
Ask.
Well, I was just going to say, how long does Warner Brothers wait until they confirm a sequel or greenlight a sequel?
I would say
These days, it happens pretty fast, doesn't it?
I'm saying that it's probably already happening.
Okay. Because, I mean, you think about, as we know now, this has been the last 5 years, and then the movie's finally going to be coming out for him. I forget when they finished filming first quarter of last year, 2021. And all this has been post of, I don't know. I almost feel like if they started on a sequel even next year, it will feel like there's been a long enough gap on their ends of, almost a 2-year gap then before they even start working on the second one.
I don't think that we're going to get, I don't think he's going to have to spend 5 years on the Batman Part 2.
I hope not.
I think that you've already got the head start. You know what I mean?
I think some of that was also to kind of cleanse the palate.
They know, that he knows where it's going now. You've got the first film. You know what you want to. You want to go. You can take. I'm obviously he'll take a break.
Yeah.
After it comes out.
You guys just talked about this is the year of the bat, and we're a month and a half away from it. And I'm already thinking about, but when are we going to get the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, come on, let's go.
As DMX used to say, stop being greedy.
Yeah. It's coming. All right. Go ahead.
Real quick, remember they announced Wonder Woman 3 pretty fast, right? It was like the week after Wonder Woman 84 dropped on HBO Max. So, if they have confidence in the filmmaker and in the movie,
I think all parties involved already know that Part 2 is coming soon.
Cool.
Whether they, I don't know when they're going to come out and say sequel's been greenlit and we're shooting for a 2025 release date. I don't know when that's coming. It will come eventually, but I think
does an announcement like that also help the movie? Like, oh wow, they're already making a sequel to this. I better go check this movie out. Do you think that?
I'm sure. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know if it's going to get anybody who's him hauling around, whether or not they're going to go see it. Because the people, let's be honest, the people who would even hear about the sequel being greenlit are the fans who've already seen it in the theater anyway.
The diehards.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
All right. Anything else? That's all I got. Just a little Batman talk today. on different
Ryan's been
fronts.
putting together Lego things. I'm just curious what he's up to now.
I got the
Vehicle.
Adam West cowl.
I got to
Okay.
get that and write
That's
that
your next
down.
project.
Yeah, that's the next project, and I keep seeing it at the store, but I'm holding off on the Batman Batcave.
What's that set one back? That Adam West cowl.
They're not
60.
expensive.
I got it
Really?
as a gift from my
Okay.
lady for Christmas though. So I put together the Batman Penguin chase. So I got little Oswald and the Batmobile, which is pretty badass put together. Then I put together the tumbler with Scarecrow, and it's a Batman that it comes with a normal head, but then also the monster Batman from Begins.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh, that's cool.
So yeah, you can
Yeah.
use that head too. And the tumbler put together is, God, I love the tumbler. The
You do
tumbler.
a great bail.
Thanks. Many lonely days just by myself practicing. And then yeah, I got that West cowl, and I'm gonna end up getting that Batcave, the Wayne Terminal one for the Batman.
Like,
It's
yeah.
like $80. I just have to. And then even cool addition there, you can park the Batmobile from the Oz Chase in that. So
Do you
It's all
World
connected.
building.
do you display all that when you set them up? Do you put them out on display? No or yes?
no.
So
No,
where-
I don't have the I don't have the
do
space
you
for
put
that.
them?
So
Okay.
it's like I put it together, and it's usually sitting. It's like next to me while I'm like where I work, at my little desk, and I fidget with it when I'm in between and I'm thinking of something, and then I put it back in the box, and then I'm on to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, all right.
I know.
You got-
That's sad.
You know.
I know you can hang the Batwing up. I know that you can get like a mount or something. You can actually hang that on the wall. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. I don't know how you can hang a Batmobile.
No. And I've got the big '89 Batmobile. I haven't put it together.
Do
just
they-
'cause that one I want to put on display
My
somehow.
brother
do-
just started that, I think.
Can you get like display cases for
Yes.
Legos things?
Reach out to my brother. My brother's he's all into that. He's
Okay.
got display cases out the ass.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get the big tumbler. That's $230 or something. I'm like, oh
Can you sit in it?
no.
Okay. Damn.
I had to put that on hold. I chose Texas over the Lego tumbler.
Okay.
So
Well, you made the
Alright.
right choice. It took you long enough.
I know.
All right. let's get on out of here. Ryan, you can go ahead and plug first.
Yeah. All of my reviews for comic book reviews, interview with Lee Bermejo, mine and Bill's interview with Tim Sheridan, writer of Long Halloween, all that's on BOF proper. Follow me on Twitter at Lauer_Ryan. There we go. Lauer spelled like lower. You can follow my podcast, The Batman Book Club, on Twitter at The Batman BC. Last episode had Andy DeGenova from Holy Backcast on. We talked about an awesome story arc, Batman 455 to 457, written by Alan Grant, illustrated by Norm Brayfogle. The next episode is with Tim Sheridan, talking about
Friend of
favorites.
BOF's Tim Sheridan, sir.
That's right. Friend of BOS, Tim Sheridan. He name dropped you, Bill, on that. I name dropped Pete. We talked a little Batman on film on there and stuff. So yeah, and that's a really good conversation. So yeah, look out for that. And I like Batman.
I like Tim Sheridan. I've met him and Jim Krieg a few times. They're good guys.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Tim's awesome.
Yeah, he is. All right. What do you got, Pete?
All right, here's the spiel. You can follow me on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram is Zack Snyder's favorite Vero at Pete Illustrated. You can follow podcast #1 news-based fanboy podcast. That's Straight Out of Gotham at straight_O_G. I co-host that with Eric Holzman. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Check us out there. Check out podcast #2, the Italian Spider-Man Coalition podcast that I co-host with Chicago's finest, Nick and Nico Caruso. That is at Italians for Spidey. That's fun. Check out at Team Yellow Oval as we just celebrate everything Oval from Batman 119 to Keaton's return in the Flash. Check out, I'm trying to think, my reviews of Batwoman, which are up, my reviews of Detective Comics, which are up on Batman on Film proper. We've got 11 weeks. I got 2 weeks, 2 reviews a week for 11 weeks. This is going to be a fun time. Check out Batman on Film YouTube for my interviews with Tara Strong and Michael Uslin, and my action figure stuff was up there as well. And just, hit me up on Twitter and let's talk. I love talking capes and tights, even though we don't agree on everything, but it's just fun to discuss the stuff we love.
All I'm going to say is you can find all my stuff over on Batman on Film, the website. And do want to plug Batman Podcast Network. All those shows are a part of the Batman Podcast Network, so check those out. And did y'all know that I am an OG and legend?
I thought you were a dinosaur.
I am that too. OG, legend, dinosaur.
OG originator of gum.
Original gangster.
Original. Oh, okay. Original gangster. Got it.
Yes. And like, what? Old school gumbo? Okay. Nah.
March is getting. Oh man, I don't know what I'm more excited for in March: food or movies. Like it's.
We'll have
I love
both.
Yeah, there you go. You're gonna have it
Within
all.
a 48-hour span.
We're going to have
Yeah.
both. All right.
It's gonna be
All
great.
right. So thanks for listening. For Ryan and Pete, I am Bill, and the Batman's coming. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Batman on Film Social Hour, Jett's official BOF podcast and vlog. Follow Jett on Twitter at Batman on Film. For BOF news only on Twitter, follow at the Batman on Film. For Jett and everyone at BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original Batman on Film.